Keep it pyro.
Monday Night Pyro Radio. This is not only Jay Fresh and Friends, the bi-weekly show right here between 5 and 7. This is also the very last show of the year. Now, normally, I just go straight in the mix and just celebrate, like, club tunes, party tunes, tunes that I've been really feeling the last 12 months. But obviously, this year's been an absolute myth. And I thought, who can I call? Who is going to lift my spirits? Who is going to give me that Christmas energy? And I went for my phone book and there was only one name that jumped out at me. Of course, that was PREDZ UK. What's happening, bro?
What an introduction,
yes!
Mate. Trying to gas me up. Last show of the year as well. Oh man, that's dope. I'm happy to be a part of it, bro. Wow.
It's great to have you here, man. Like I said, we just had to squeeze it in because, like, this year obviously has been an absolute myth. But do you know what? I was trying to think the last time we caught up, and am I that bad that it isn't this year? As in an actual proper connection as opposed to like messaging or whatever.
Proper, yeah. I mean, we do like on the socials, we big up each other. I mean, we do that all the time. But in terms of like a proper conversation, for real, bro, it's been a minute.
Yeah, I know.
It has been a minute. But you know how it goes, man. Everyone's just grafting, everyone's just busy doing what they do. But the love's always been there, do you know what I mean? So, yeah, man, no one takes it personal. And I know there's some emotional people that take it personal, but nah, not around here, mate.
We know how it goes, man. We know how that goes. Now, I know for you, you are like the energy guy, the positivity guy through all the time that we first, you know, we've been working with each other on projects and just being aware of each other. I think it was I reached out to you on the gram 3-4 years ago. I can't quite remember. And I think I just saw some studio sessions of you.
I remember you just randomly just hit me up and I was like, right. And then I looked into what you was doing and I seen the bits that you was doing and then you sent me the first tune that I'd done of Ironic.
Oh yeah, that's the one.
I remember hearing that beat. Yeah, I remember hearing that beat and I was like, yo, this is a little vibe. And then within a couple of days of hearing it, I come up with the chorus and and yeah, man, the rest was history.
Yeah, man, and you know, I'm glad the fact you didn't look at the profile and think, who is this guy with bleached blonde hair? Why is he messaging me? This is confused. I don't know this guy. This guy ain't from Northwest. Like, what's going on? But that's the power of socials, man. But your energy and attitude around everything that you do has always been really, really positive, man. So you're always someone who I felt was in the game for the long run. It's not a sprint, it's a marathon. Is that purposely how you've approached your longevity in the game and your approach to music?
Yeah, man, 100%, man. I think with me, music comes from within, man. It's not like I've been doing this way before social media. You know what I mean? When I was a teenager, when I first picked up the microphone, the only way to get your music out was through pirate radio growing up as a kid. And it was a thing where it's saturated and everyone's doing it. It's one of those things that, yo, you want to get yourself out there, you got to pay subs, get yourself into this building where you can risk yourself of being arrested and getting moved by DTI. And like that was the only way you can push through. At these times, no one even cared. You know what I mean? No one is even making no money. They were like little kids right now, teenagers are coming up. You can actually make money. The scene weren't making no money. You had to have love and passion for it. So I've come from that era of just really caring and really loving the music, man. And I'm just happy to still be standing and still be here years later. That's a blessing, and I give thanks that I'm just still here, man. Really.
You know what? That echoes a conversation I've had a few times this week, because it naturally gets towards the end of the year that you start reflecting on the year, and you know the wins, the losses, the whole thing. And to some people who've been struggling a little bit this year and their careers or whatever, I've said to them, look, you're still here. You've been here for this many years. You're still here generating money or fans or reach or new projects you're working on, let alone the fact there's been a global pandemic and all the pressures that brings. So it's really important to appreciate how long you've been in the game when you're still connecting. And I know we're on the same page of stuff, man, but hearing that now on Pyro for anyone listening in, I think that's a real powerful moment.
100%, man. Give thanks. Like, there's always someone going through something worse all the time. And that's the reality of it. And yeah, the reality is a global pandemic. People are feeling it all around the world. And, you know, we might not be getting, you know, that much support, but there's funds out there for people to allocate. You know, there is some sort of support system, but, you know, for people that are having it in some third world war countries where there's nothing, you know, it's different. So yeah, man, it's just all about, my thing is just all about just gratitude, man. When you look at it like that, it will help you get through it, you know. And I'm not saying that I don't, like, hard times don't hit me, you get me, it affects me just like how it affects anyone else. But I think it's just all about your mindset, how you carry on after that, you know. And people put themselves under pressure as well in regards to what they come out on a day-to-day basis, man. I feel you just need to be yourself. Like, if you look into this game, man, if we're going to be super honest, like, a lot of people are trying to make themselves look richer than what they really are, and you put yourself under pressure because when the reality hits you now, it's times like this and you can't, you know, stunt on the ground no more because everywhere's closed. You're gonna be, you just have to wake up and look in the mirror. Do you know what I mean? So it's important to just be yourself and keep it true to yourself as well, man. 100.
Definitely, and you've always done that. And this year has obviously seen so many obviously live industry, festival clubs, the whole circuit's gone. DJs, produce, like, everyone's been affected. Like, it's a long held discussion. So for people, artists that I've interviewed this year, each person has their own take on releasing music. Some people have held it back. Some people, it's given them an extra lease of life. But for you, and obviously we're going to move on to your new track now, to come with a record, Naughty Naughty, that is impacted so much when the landscape is so different. Like, how did that whole process come around, and timing, and were you hesitant or you just wanted to get it out there? How did that all work for you, bro?
Yeah, you know what? It's mad. If COVID didn't happen, if this pandemic never happened, I don't think that tune would have happened. It's just, we just made the most of the opportunity, to be fair. So I'm in April, officially got like management for the first time ever, which is a big deal for me because I've been in the game for so long, and you know, I've had like my friends as a support system around me, which I've been really grateful for, but I've never really had like someone managing me or people investing in what I do. It's just always been a self-funded sort of journey. But big up Rhymes, big boy producer in the game. We linked up sometime last year, and I think he just really gravitated to my vibe, and it was just like, he just believes in, man, and he's just like, bro, just let me manage you. And I was like,
how difficult was that to kind of appreciate it, but also be able to embrace it and go, yeah, because you've run your career yourself for so long. How hard was that decision?
Yeah, I mean, the decision worked hard that one, but I be like, yo, what, it's like the selling producer, I didn't have to fight because I got to meet him from beforehand anyway. I've met him and we've vibed quite a few times. We've made some music that I'm hoping to drop to you guys soon. But yeah, we've made a lot of music and we've just vibed. Anytime we talk, it's a vibe. I mean, it took long to get in with him at first, man. He's really busy guy, man. Different sessions of world names, man. You name them, and he's flying around the world. Even right now, this guy was in Dubai and he's in South Africa, and this is a global pandemic, so you can imagine these things different. But I think he just saw the whole package around PREDZ UK, not just the artist side of things, but he used to also come to my DJ bookings and just like, you know, see me in the clubs and see the effects that I had in the club, man, and just like, PREDZ, man, we need to use the DJing side of things, bro, and once we get you in, we get you in, but yeah, I want to tap into the DJing thing, no. And I was like, all right, cool. So the idea, the whole Naughty idea was lying around. It was shelved for like a whole 2 years. Like, so him and Swarms had the idea, and then he just presented it to me. I got on board, added a few changes, whatnot, and then literally the track itself is signed to Atlantic as well. So big up big up Atlantic, big up Rich. You know, again, that's something I had to embrace, because these are like, Rich is somebody, Rich Castillo, for people that know, man, he's a big dog. He's been behind loads of big names, man, worldwide. So I knew about him. I never even thought I'd ever get an email response, let alone an opportunity to work with him. And then all of these, they just all got involved and just said, all right, cool, we want to get this artist involved, that artist involved. And I'm just really happy to, you know, really happy Simba's on there, really happy Noisy's on there, Swarms, because they all been pushing it. They all love the track as well. It's not just a feature for them. They all loved it, you know. And yeah, I wish we was able to do more live, man, because it's a club record. It's a club record. Yeah. It's a club record, man. You know what I mean? But yeah, it's more just highlighting the DJ side of things. Yeah, so yeah, that's literally how it came along, to be fair.
That's sick, man. And like, I know it's easy to like just draw for numbers and say, right, like 2.5 mil on the video, like just under 1 million on streams and this, that, and that's obviously sick achievements and sick numbers, but we know there's always, that's only one part of the story. So you there telling me that 100. All the artists, and we can see that from their energy and their involvement in the project, the artists are fully plugged into it, and it's like a family setting, you know, not a feature that you never hear from them again, kind of
100.
thing. Like, that energy is so
100%.
good to say. But I mean, you touched on the DJ in there.
That's what makes it a hit.
Sorry, go on, bro.
Sorry to cut you. And I was just saying that's what makes it. That's what makes it hit sometimes, because certain people that I've been working on that are, you know, behind the market, and then that they said, yeah, they've worked on songs with, you know, multiple artists, and you would think the tunes will blow up, but they don't, because the artist is like, well, I'm only getting a little 5% anyway, I don't really care, I'll leave it to the main artist to push. And really, like, that's the scenario a lot of the time, you know. So yeah, it was a true blessing that everyone actually just loved the track, and everyone just contributed, and yeah, it's a family thing. And yeah, grateful for that, man.
Yeah, that's sick. I'm just there in your earlier answer, you mentioned the DJ, which you know I was going to connect with you and talk to you about anyway, because there's not many artists, true artists, who not only DJ but like can DJ, and you know that's always been like an integral part of your musical history and stuff. So how is that moving forward? I know you said you're gonna like harness the DJ, and is it DJing and then like potentially performing the tracks while spinning them, or like jumping out on the stage, or a combination of both depending on the booking? Like, how are you approaching that? Because I've seen you pop up on the national stations doing guest mixes and stuff, and you know I love that, bro.
Yeah. I think it's definitely going to be a bit of everything, to be fair, but I think we just got to ease everyone into it, man, because as much as like my core supporters, they know about my back catalogue, they know about our work and that, but there's a massive world out there that don't, and I think the strategy that we want to come across with is to kind of enter the game more on a DJing vibe. But yeah, there will be releases where I'm on the tracks vocally, and I'm showing the artist side of things. I just think, we're just gonna ease into it a little bit, man. Just ease into it a little bit. Yeah,
definitely, man. Now, just before we get to press and play on your latest track, of course, it's that time of year, and you know me, you know, like I'm a friendly guy, I'm a positive guy, I'm also quite a nosy guy. So I want to know exactly what your Christmas settings are. How is Christmas lined up for you, bro?
Yeah, just every year is pretty the same. I just go to my parents' house. My mum's always doing that mad. Like my mum, my brother, my sister, they always just cooking up some madness. So we're just gonna be around there. I might just sneak in a bottle. I don't really drink around my parents.
I see.
Yeah. My parents are them hardcore strict Africans, man. You can't really get me. They was obviously I mean, they can imagine what I get up to outside, just like everyone else. But yeah, it's just more so just to be just spending time with my family, to be fair. Like we ain't done enough of that through this pandemic, but yeah, Christmas we do it all over again, man. So, yeah.
No, it sounds good, man, and you know, the mention of all of that food and there just being too much to mention, you know, feel free to just plate me up something and just pop it in the Uber and drop it round. Do you know what I mean? I'm ready.
You can handle the spices, no pressure.
I like my spicy food. I do. As much as you might not think of it to look at me, I really do, bro. But I'm ready. For Christmas, I'm ready to eat. I'm ready to eat, drink, be merry, and just do the whole thing because, like you said, there's a lot to be grateful for. As difficult as things have been, there's an awful lot to be grateful for about life. And as we move forward, 100. More opportunities, you know what I mean? Greatness.
100, bro. And I just want to say, just big up to yourself as well, man. Like, it means a lot because, like you said, our journey's been 3 years in. We've made some bangers, man. We've made some bangers. Those bangers definitely were, a part of my career and part of helping me get to where I am now, man. That's on the CV, especially My Gang. My Gang has been one of my most streamed records, bro, man, and that's coming from myself. I still remember when you sent me that track as well, man. I was like, it took me a while. It took me a good 2-3 months to get that med. But yeah, when I got that hook, I just knew, that's it. And to many straight away recorded it, and I linked up with OB, and yeah, man, it's definitely one of my favorite records, man. So it's sick that we can still keep the link as time goes on, and yeah, man, I'm really happy for what you're doing as well, bro. So keep up all the work, my bro. Trust.
No, I appreciate that, man. It means a lot, and I love. Ever since we've been doing bits in the past, everyone's on their own particular journey, and they're achieving their own particular goals. But to see what you're doing, and I always knew that just saying, "Oh yeah, you're a dope hook guy," I never felt was appropriate or gave you the level of respect because it was so much more. Not that hooks are easy, but there's so much more to that. So seeing now how you're flying and the journey you're on, obviously, as a fan, as a friend, just watching it, I'm like, sky's the limit, man. You just keep doing your thing like you've always done, and the talent shines through in the end, man, and people get to know. So, thank you. Thank you so much for joining us here at Pyro today, PREDZ UK. Before you go,
anytime.
Before I let you go and prepare yourself for that Christmas banquet, I'd love you to introduce your brand new track for us as we'll play it right here, right now.
Yeah, what's going on, people? I go by the name of PREDZ UK right now. You're listening to my bro Jay Fresh right here on Pyro, and this is my new single Naughty Naughty with Swans, Simba and Nazy. Are you crazy?